All right, Ravens flock, what's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are enjoying your day. So as you can see, I am outside. I'm actually at a family function. So that basically means I'm not going to be able to do my normal thing in being able to properly give you an assessment of practice for training camp. I have no idea when I'm going to get home, and I don't want to wait and then get home and all of a sudden it's like midnight. It's like, oh, I didn't give you a recap. So I figured I might as well do this now before things really start getting hectic here. I'm going to try to keep this as short as possible. First up, let's talk about everything that happened today because it was a lot. Number one, the Ravens brought back Brent Urban. That is a great piece to bring back. We all love Brent Urban here. He's a great veteran, a nice solid depth piece. He's actually wearing Michael Pierce's old number. So it's actually pretty cool to see because we know Michael Pierce and Brent Urban, man, they were having lots and lots of fun. We all saw the Wired episodes. It was fun seeing those two interact, and those guys were a great duo. So it's awesome to see Brent Urban back. Just getting a veteran piece in that defense is always needed, and he was great when he was with us, so it's great to see him back. Another person that they signed was running back to Ernest Johnson. This is actually a pretty solid pickup, and I'm gonna keep it the bean. It's clear that he's most likely just a camp body, somebody that's going to get some nice reps and be mainly involved in the preseason aspects because you already got your main backs. You already got Derrick Henry. You've got Justice Hill. Of course, you've got Keaton Mitchell. You got Rashid Ali. You're not really going to keep, 5 backs here. So he's obviously going to be a camp body and someone that's going to be utilized throughout these preseason games. So hopefully he'll be able to get a lot of opportunities and showcase what he can do. But we know he's most likely going to be a camp body. One last thing before we actually get to practice. This was the biggest surprise of the day. They waived kicker John Hoyland, and I was surprised to see that happen. John Harbaugh discussed it and said it really just came down to the amount of roster spots. They had added a few new guys, and they needed the spots, and it just came down to available spots, and Hoyland was the odd man out. This was really surprising to see because we had all been monitoring the kicking situation between Tyler Loop and John Hoyland. Now, Tyler Loop pretty much throughout this entire time has had the lead. He was expected to be the starter. He was predicted to be the starter. And in terms of the competition so far, Tyler Loop was in the lead, but John Hoyland was relatively right there. And we all felt it was going to come down to who performed better in the preseason. The preseason games were going to determine who was ultimately going to win this starting job. And I wanted to see both these guys perform in game time situations and game pressure situations and see how they perform kicking in those type of circumstances. But unfortunately, it just didn't work out that way. So Hoyland ended up getting cut. And because Hoyland gets cut, that basically means Tyler Loop is now most likely going to be the Ravens starting kicker come week 1. Now, they may try to bring another kicker in. And if that ends up being the case, we'll see. But in all honesty, Tyler Loop was, drafted by us. So we used the pick, a 6th-round pick? We used the draft pick on him. And he was already projected to be the kicker. And he's already been doing a great job kicking the ball in practice. So I don't know if the Ravens are going to look for someone else. But we'll have to wait and see. Now let's get on to practice. No doubt, player of the day, Jaire Alexander. That guy has been the heart and soul of training camp this year. He has been the face of training camp. He's been making plays all over the damn place. He's been so great. He's been so fantastic. And he's been making a lot of pass breakups, a lot of stops. But today, he finally got a hold of that football. He was finally able to get some of those passes. He picked off Lamar Jackson twice today. Oh my God, that dude was flying around everywhere and just making so many plays. The defense was cheering. When he got that first pick off of Lamar, the entire defense just erupted. It was a great day for the defense. Nate Wiggins also got an interception off of Lamar Jackson on the deep ball to Rashad Bateman. Lamar threw it to Bateman. It was a bit underthrown. And because of that, it ultimately led to Nate Wiggins picking it off. Nate Wiggins was playing tight coverage. He was doing a great job in coverage there and ultimately got the interception. So, he played the ball well and got it, which basically means he ended up getting revenge because Rashad Bateman had that 60-yard touchdown on Nate Wiggins. But Nate Wiggins has been putting together a really fantastic training camp so far, and I hope he keeps this up. I hope he continues to play as well as he's playing, man. Overall, the defense has just been balling out. I asked for this. I personally asked for the defense to dominate the offensive training camp. I was hoping and praying they would do this, and I am glad to see that this has actually been the case. Now, defense was making the plays, but so was offense. Offense made some plays here and there. Cooper Rush really had a fantastic day. He's starting to put together some really good practices, being a lot more consistent. Early on, he was making a lot of mistakes and picks. Now he's starting to throw some of those dimes. He's starting to showcase some of those capabilities that we had already seen from him when he was playing in Dallas. So he's starting to get more comfortable. He's starting to have some good days. He had a really nice deep ball for a touchdown to Dayton Wade. So that was great to see that there. And yeah, he was just making plays. Another person offensively to talk about, DeAndre Hopkins, man. I'm telling you, this guy, it don't matter if he gets separation or not. In terms of those tough contested catches, he's going to make them. He's been doing that all throughout training camp, and he did it today. It was a contested catch over the middle of the field. Lamar threw it. It was high, and D-Hop still went up and got the contested catch and just made the play. It's just fantastic all around. I mean, the guy's just over here making every type of catch. We need a guy that can make those contested catches, and D-Hop's been doing that all throughout training camp. So he's been a great aspect as well. Mark Andrews had some nice catches today, some nice plays. Had a nice catch while he was being covered by Marlon Humphrey, so that was cool as well. And Lamar Jackson had a great deep ball for a touchdown on Kirkland's, not onto Kirkland, but it was a deep ball touchdown to Kirkland. So yeah, pretty good practice all around. For both the offense and defense. Defense probably got the edge because they had like 3 or 4 interceptions in practice. But, you know, the offense did make some good plays. It was a little bit more even, but still the defense probably gets the edge out in that aspect. Tyler Loop didn't kick, which was interesting today. He didn't kick, but, you know, I guess at that point, you kind of give him the day off. Not to mention, you already cut Hoyland. I don't think you really needed to see any more of the kicking competition. But, yeah, it should be relatively interesting how things are going to go in that aspect. But pretty good practice all around. Defense making great plays. You love to see it. Offense still making plays. Lamar Jackson having an up and down day. But again, him having an up and down day against this defense means that this defense is showcasing what they're capable of. And the fact that we're seeing so many interceptions happen left and right throughout training camp just goes to show that these guys are starting to play at a high level. And I'm hopeful that they can actually translate that to the games because we need it. That's pretty much it for today. I'm definitely going to look to wrap it up here. Don't want to really go too much into this, but yeah, that's pretty much it. The Ravens will be having a practice at the stadium tomorrow, and according to John Harbaugh, it will be a padded practice, so they're going to be able to have the pads on, and it's going to be an interesting practice at the stadium. They're going to be wearing the pads, so it's going to be full contact, and we'll just see how that goes. I'm really excited for that. I know there's going to be some highlights. Cannot wait to see how that practice goes. Anyway, guys, I'm going to end it here. I have got to get back to this endeavor with my family. And, yeah, I will see you guys later, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. Be sure to stay safe, and peace out.